All right, the Player Development Summit has went from a virtual setting to Kansas City. Yes, this very important event in player development, athlete development, player engagement has transitioned from online to in person. And I want to talk to you about how we came to this, what to expect, and just the awesomeness of getting to this point. I'm so thankful for everybody who attended the 2023. It was called the Player Development Conference. And the 2024 Player Development Conference, we've transitioned to the Player Development Summit with a rebranding in person. But I just want to start off by saying thank you so much to the people who attended those. And if you want to learn more about the virtual setting, what it looked like, at the end of this video, I'll give you a connection to the 2023 Player Development Summit, which you can actually watch. But thank you to everybody who went there. If you're like, what is player development? You may be sitting here like, player development, like maybe you clicked on it, maybe you saw this purple, whatever it may be. Shout out to Antoine McLean hooking me up. But player development is the enhancement of the athlete experience through holistic and intentional programs and initiatives. And if you still have questions, I have a player development one-on-one packet you could download. It could be in your inbox today. All right, so let's talk about the virtual beginning. So this all started back in 2022. I was in a taxi cab or Uber in New York talking to Justice Jones, who now currently is director of player development for the New York Jets. And he was saying, man, we need a space. We need a space. And this is interesting because I had conversations with Ashley Goodman about this, and both Justice and Ashley spoke to each other. And so I was like, you know what? And they had requirements, they had responsibilities to where they couldn't fully flesh this out. And so I respect them reaching out to me at the time when I had a little more flexibility to get it done. And it felt like they were like, hey man, run with it. And so I was like, all right, cool. What I'll do is I'll set up a Zoom, and if more people show up than the speakers, we're gonna be all right. We had 28 speakers, 113 people showed up. And so I was like, whoa, we may be on to something. And so it's been good. We did it again for 2024. And once you do things great virtually twice, it's time to move to in person. And so we went from a setting where people were connected virtually, but I understand the connection of people in person. I love people. I love relationships. I love being in the atmosphere, in the presence of people. And so we had to do this. There was a lot of connections happening through the virtual site, right? Through the virtual platform. So our four main goals for player development is for people to grow, network, partner, and hire. And this was all happening in a virtual setting. So I wasn't in a rush to get to in person, but it happened naturally. And like literally everything has been this natural flow of getting to that point. And so I'm really excited, really excited to have it in person. And so we're going to talk about that because the virtual, excuse me. Now, as we talk about going from virtual, I told you why. I told you the virtual background. And personally, y'all, I like virtual. I didn't like looking at my screen that long, but it was easier to plan, as you can imagine. Planning in person's a lot. And if you're interested in sponsoring, please click the link in the show notes. We need more sponsors. We have a great group of sponsors, but we can always use more help. And with your sponsorship, let me pause real quick and talk about what your sponsorship can do. And maybe I'll make a sponsorship video here soon. But your sponsorship provides a lot for people who are attending. And so it provides for content creation. I want to get a content creation team to record this and to just get this whole experience. It provides for meals, right? I want to feed people who are coming. It provides for speaker gifts. A lot of these speakers are coming out of their own pocket to come here. And I would love to reimburse not only speakers, but my brain tank and students that'll be there, reimburse them something. And so when you have sponsorships, we're able to take care of a lot of people, feed the people who are coming, feed the speakers, feed the students, and just provide for greater experience. There's a couple of experiences that we want to have, but those experiences cost money. And so with the sponsorship, your sponsorship would be great. And then not only for that, but there's a lot of advantage for you to where you can get in front of these speakers that work in the NBA, the NFL, and NCAA, and they provide value to athletes. So if you want to get in that space, if you want to get in front of athletes, if you want to get in front of teams, this is the perfect opportunity for you to get value. And with your sponsorship, according to whichever level it is, you'll have opportunity to speak to many there at the summit. So sponsors, let's go. But as I said, it was easier to build it. And one thing that I realized going through this, and this will be on my next point, is the virtual setting created reach. It created reach. It allowed us to create reach around a lot of different sectors. We had the first year, we had 3 people in there. We had someone in Canada, someone in Europe, and someone in Africa on the call. And so it allowed for a lot of reach. But what I'm excited about what the in-person will do is provide depth. The in-person will provide depth. So that reach will be deepened. There's people who have spoken at the summit who have not met in person. In person, I'm excited to meet them in person because that in-person atmosphere creates depth. It creates so much more enrichment, so much more connection because you're with a person that you may have met on LinkedIn. A lot of these people are connected on LinkedIn and you get a chance to be around that person. Now, it's in Kansas City. And like I said, I may have said already, I don't know if I said it, but if you want to learn more about Kansas City and the summit overall, we have a summit playbook. It's in the show notes. It'll give you, tips on Kansas City, places to eat, different things like that, and how the summit's going to work here. So why Kansas City? Kansas City it's pretty much, it's central, y'all. It's like, I don't know if it's the most central city in the United States, but it's very central for the different areas. A lot of people wanted a centralized location. And one thing I love about Kansas City is like, it gives you a big city appeal with a small town feel. So it's not a huge city. I'm from Houston, but it's not a college town as well. It's a city, but it has a small town feel. A lot of people know each other. I go to places, I see the same people. I know this person, I know that person. A lot of these people have come together to help us to provide this opportunity for us to have an incredible experience here in Kansas City. I can't tell you enough. Thank you to the sponsors, the local sponsors who are doing great things. And thank you to the people who are coming around and ensuring that we're doing things to help, that they're doing things to help people who have come here. Because 75 to 80% of people who are signed up, even speakers and volunteers, have never been to Kansas City. Yes. And so I want this to not only be a great experience for player development, but I want there to be this immersion of the city of Kansas City. So that's a big reason we picked. They've been helping us ever since. And I'm really excited. And I'm telling this right now, 2026 will be in Kansas City as well. So we're going to go back to back in Kansas City, and that is fun. Another thing, when we look at going in person, so when you look at going in person, because it's in person is harder than virtual. I want to say that again. It's so much harder than virtual. But it was never about the platform we use. It's about the impact. And we understand we can have a greater impact if people are in person. And the impact could be great for the attendee, the professional, the person that's there, the speaker, the volunteer, the student volunteer, the brain tank, myself, like the attendee. There's so much impact that can happen, right? You get in a place where people can hiring was happening virtually. It was happening virtually. So let me go back. Before I go hire, let me go through. Number one, our goal was growth. You have this opportunity to grow at the summit, but with people around you. Right? One thing I love about the virtual setting is some of our speakers were in the chat growing with people. Now those people get to experience that in person. You get to network. We got 2 incredible networking opportunities that we're going to do here. I can't wait. I'm so excited. I really am. Like, I can't wait. The networking, this is something I'm passionate about, connecting people. And to actually have this. When I started in 2016, man, y'all, I didn't know anybody when I started at the University of Houston. I didn't know anybody in this space. And to create something where people can network and get to know people, y'all, I'm excited. I'm excited. That's just, yeah. So it was never about the platform, it's about the impact. Network, partner. We get to get people to partner. We'll have speakers. We'll have businesses there that want to partner with athletes. Businesses that want to partner. They have an opportunity to get outside of the emails and get person to person, face to face, in the same room with people and learn. And then hire. That is our 4th one. And there's opportunities where somebody may not get hired on the spot. Somebody may. We don't know. But people will remember people. One of the biggest things I hear a lot in people in player development who are at the pro level, the college level, is a lot of those positions aren't posted, but they need to know people. They need to know people that they work with. And when you're in this atmosphere, when you're in this presence with people, you get to learn something about the people who could possibly work for you. And then the last thing here, as we move to a in-person setting, in-person summit from virtual, is the mission is the same. The mission is to push player engagement, athlete development, player engagement, player development to the forefront of what's happening in athletics, from the youth level to the college level to pro sports. Athletes need to be developed. And we're going to create a space where these people are getting developed. The people who develop athletes are getting the professional development they need. The mission is the same. The mission ain't going to change. We are excited for the 2025 Player Development Summit, y'all. I'm got like a mixture of like excitement, emotions, like, wow, this is really happening. We're a couple weeks away. Once again, sponsors, please reach out. I want to create an incredible experience for people, but I'm really excited. I'm so excited to have this here in Kansas City. I'm so excited to go from Zoom. I'm so excited to meet people, and I'm so excited to see you here soon in Kansas City. As I always say, go out and create generational impact. Don't wait, create that generational impact today. Oh, let's go. I'm going to see you in May 29th to the 31st, 2025 Player Development Summit.